Hi, I'm Dr. Allison Collins, and first of all, I would like to thank you for choosing Grayson's RN to BSN program. The faculty here are very invested in you, and I'm looking forward to teaching this class. I consider myself a coach because I'll just give you feedback along the way and be here for you. So before we start, this is an orientation for the nursing theory class, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been a nurse for 26 years, and I've had a background in medical surgical nursing and public health nursing. I've done some step down in telemetry units and public health nursing. And I've been teaching for 16 years, and I've taught in associate degree programs, but now I'm 100% just for you guys in the RN to BSN program. I've been a nurse since 1997 and kind of worked my way up the ladder, nurse aide, licensed practical nurse, and associate degree nursing. And then I went into a program at, like you are in now, the RN to BSN at OU, and graduated in 1999. And then I had a master's in nursing education from 2008. And then I went back in 2019, or I graduated in 2019 with my doctorate in nursing education. So here I am, and I love what I'm doing. I did a dissertation in test anxiety, so I know you're probably not taking a lot of tests anymore as nurses, but I'm also here for any kind of one-on-one assistance that you might need if you're taking a GRE for graduate school or doing something like that. I'm available to you. There's more about me inside Canvas, but just to let you know, I'm married with 3 kids, and you can go in and read my bio and learn a little bit more about what I like to do, so we can also get to know each other the first week of class. I'll be reading your discussions, and you'll be sending in a video, and I will look forward to listening to you and learning more about you as well. So let's jump into this. We're going to talk about the nursing theory syllabus. So you'll find that nursing theory syllabus inside your Canvas shell, and there'll be a little link that says simple syllabus, and you'll click on that and it'll take you to the syllabus. I'm not going to read all of this to you. I want you to read that yourself, but I would like to highlight a few of the main areas. The first thing that you're going to hit is my contact information. So how you'll get a hold of me, I have my email listed there, collinsa@grayson.edu, and you can reach me via email every day. We have a 24-hour turnaround, but I usually get back with you much quicker than that. I also have an office location here at Grayson, but we are 100% remote. So I come in, once a week or so. So if you want to see me face to face, we can make arrangements. I'm here every Tuesday of each week, but if we want to make arrangements, I can do that by appointment. Another way you can reach me is my cell phone is inside the course, and what that is for, I would prefer email as my method of contact, but I know you're working nurses and you have 12-hour shifts, and sometimes you're just in the only day that you can do an assignment and you need a shorter than 24-hour turnaround. So I do not mind getting text or arranging a call. I don't mind that at all, and we can go over. Sometimes I'll tell you up front, it's better to reach out to me and us talk for 5 minutes on the phone than it is for you to go 3 hours into an assignment and you can't figure out what's going on and you're frustrated and crying. And I would just rather you give me a call right up front and we can walk through that together. So I have office hours listed there inside virtual office hours inside Canvas. They're listed right here on the syllabus as well, so that you know I'm always available at the computer at that time. So the course is going to examine theoretical and conceptual basis of nursing and encourage you to critique, evaluate, and utilize nursing theory in your own practice. So we're going to learn about a variety of theories this term, and the student learning outcomes are very important. They are going to be, when you leave this class, we want you to understand and commit to professional nursing practice. We want you to articulate your personal philosophy of nursing. We want you to develop a commitment to have theory-based practice. We want you to evaluate factors that create dilemmas in nursing and healthcare. We want you to critically examine the importance of cultural, historical, legal, and economic influences in nursing practice. And lastly, we want you to synthesize theoretical knowledge and evidence-based research to highlight how nursing theory can be applied to your practice. So how you will meet those outcomes are a series of assignments that I'm going to talk about. And just know that there's no busy work. Each of these assignments are tied to these outcomes to make sure at the end of the course you have accomplish those. The program outcomes are in the syllabus. I'll have you read those on your own. That's what we want you to, after you graduate with your bachelor's of science in nursing, that's the outcomes that we want you to have accomplished. There are 2 required textbooks in this class, and that's the only thing. There's only so many books about nursing theory, and we needed another book to be able to discuss knowledge development inside of our practice. So we have Chin, Kramer, and Sitzman, and this knowledge development in nursing is the main text that we will be using for our discussions. And it's just a wonderful book about how knowledge has been created inside our nursing profession. It's really given us autonomous and a professional, professional career. And then the other book is Dr. Ali Good's book, Nursing Theorists and Their Work. And that is just basically a book. Every chapter is a different nursing theorist. It's very easy to use because you can look, if you're wanting to learn about Dr. Watson, you'll go to their chapter. So it's a very nice book. You'll want that and you can rent those, you can borrow. You don't have to have a brand new book with a code or anything. It's just, you'll definitely need those books for the assignments in the class. Okay, before we get into the modules, let me tell you how you'll make your grade. Inside the syllabus, there is a method of evaluation, and it's going to break down each assignment and tell you how many points are inside each assignment. And there's not just a lot of assignments in this course. What we've done is we've scaffolded so that you'll work on them each module, and then you'll do 2 papers. The signature assignments, as we like to say, are 2 papers in a group presentation. There are other assignments in the class, discussions and things like that, but really those signature assignments we will have you place them in your RN to BSN e-portfolio, so they're very important that you do a high quality work and that you will put them in your e-portfolio during the last class of our program. This highlights your work. It lets you send links to employers. It lets you send links to graduate programs to show them your work. So this class will be giving you 3 major signature assignments. And it'll break it down in the syllabus about how many points are in each, what they're worth, what the assignments are worth. So I would like to talk to you about late work. There's a policy in the syllabus. We do not accept any late work past 5 days. And how that works is if you miss a deadline, we will simply take 5 percentage points per day up to 5 days. So it is worth your time. Say you miss a deadline and you submit it the day after it's due, you'll only get a 5% deduction. The second day it'll be 10% and so on. So it's very important if you miss a deadline to go ahead and submit work. Just know that you only have up to 5 days to submit it. Now let's say life happens and let's say you have an extenuating circumstance. I do not mind extending deadlines, but you do have to reach out to me before the due date. So if I don't hear from you by the deadline, the due date of the assignment, that late policy kicks in and we start the 5% off per day. But feel free to email me and say, look, Dr. Collins, I am working and I'm just not going to get this paper done, or something's happened, it's extenuating circumstances. I can extend you 1 to 3 days depending on the assignment. So I just need you to make sure that you're communicating with me and that you reach out prior to the deadline. Let's see, we have the class attendance and participation. How we take attendance in an online program is that you submit weekly assignments. So if I don't hear from, if you aren't submitting assignments within a week, I'll start emailing you, asking you, telling you, I will not be able to count you as attending, and I'll be emailing you to make sure that you're okay. So you just want to make sure you stay, it's an 8-week course and it really goes by quick. So you want to make sure that you submit assignments weekly in a timely manner. And I will talk a little bit about the assignments as we go through the modules. So I'll come back to that in the syllabus, and I think that's it. Just make sure at the end of the syllabus it talks about our academic integrity policy. That's really important in this class because we are turning in 2 papers. And in those papers, you will be submitting them via Turnitin, which is a software tool that allows me to see exactly where, if you've used outside resources. And that's fine to use outside resources. In fact, one paper requires 2 outside resources, the next paper requires 3 outside resources, one being a peer-reviewed journal article. And what that means is you can absolutely use them, they just have to be cited correctly. And if you read the paper, if you read the back of the syllabus, it talks about using 3 or more words from anywhere else, internet, article, book, wherever you use those 3 words or more, you've got to cite them and give credit to the person that you're using. So we want original thoughts and or cited outside referencing. And so you'll get a score. And in this program, we require 30% or less, which when you get into graduate school, it'll be 10% or less. So we're really letting you have a little wiggle room here to learn. But that Turnitin score I will be talking about more inside Canvas, okay? So the academic integrity policy is very strict. We cannot accept papers over 30%. And over 50% will have a meeting with the director. So it's really important that you look at your own score. It will be submitted to you and to the instructor. Okay, so we're going to jump into the module inside Canvas. We have module 1, and that's that first week. You'll do an introductory video, and I would like it to be a video. I tell you how to make a video inside Canvas, but if you need to just use your phone or you need to do something like that, that's fine. I just really want to see your face, and your peers want to see that, see who you are, and we'll get to know each other. You'll get some points for doing that. And then you'll start reviewing your first paper. And what that means is you're going to submit the first paper of the class, which is the first part of the first paper. The first paper is the Personal Philosophy of Nursing. And what that paper is going to be is it is going to let you look at your beliefs and your thoughts and describe what called you into nursing. You could tell me a story. If you have the first part of the paper could be just what has called you to nursing, what drew you into nursing. The second part of the paper is just looking at your own philosophical beliefs. And inside Module 1, there is a lecture about the nursing meta-paradigm, and you're going to learn about that this first week. And it's going to be talking about theory and how theory always has 4 concepts within them. It always has nursing as a concept. It always has person or client as a concept. It has health, and it has environment. So those 4 concepts are within every single nursing theory. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to personally reflect on those 4 concepts, and you're going to the first part of your paper is going to be, what do you define those as? What do you think about those 4 concepts? There's no right or wrong answer. So that's the nice part of this paper. It's very personal, and you're going to write about your beliefs. The second part of that paper is just looking to see what theorist matches your definitions. So that'll be looking at, okay, this is my personal definitions of the nursing meta-paradigm, and I think that most, let's just say Florence Nightingale, because she's a popular nursing theorist. Let's say my definitions closely match with Dr. Nightingale's. And so we would use her as a comparable theorist. And then the last part of the paper will be looking at what did Dr. Nightingale believe in the concepts of the nursing meta-paradigm, and how is that interrelating to what you believe. So it's a real nice paper having you identify your personal philosophy and then also comparing it to a nurse theorist. You can use any nurse theorist that you want. This paper will be APA, and we have a template starter for you. You'll want to make sure you use that template so that you can get a base paper to start with, because you don't want to lose any points on formatting. Starting that paper is inside of Module 1. And the beauty of Module 1, this paper is not due till Module 3. So Module 1, you're going to set up that paper, you're going to give me the first part of the paper, and I get to check it. Okay, so I will not pre-grade, but I'll be looking to see, are you on the right track? Are you missing the template? Are you missing this first section? And then I'll give it back to you quickly, and I'll say, this is the great start, keep on going. And so that scaffolding is there for you. You do not get points for that. And students always ask me, do they have to do it? And I'm just going to say up front, no. I mean, you are an adult learner, you're not getting points for submitting your paper for me to glance at. But if you want to just wait till Module 3 and write the paper and submit it, that is fine with me. But I think it's to your advantage to get my feedback each week for several reasons. Number one, I can tell you if there's any large gaps of information. And it improves your grade, and then number two, it helps you not have to cram during Module 3. You've basically got it written in Module 3, and you're just going to be editing and fine tuning it. So I really want you to take advantage of that. If you don't, it'll be an excused portion of the grade book, but I really encourage you to take advantage of that. And all the assignments are set up like this. So I'd really like for you to submit these things early so that I can get a glance at it. The other thing in Module 2 that you're going to see, in Module 1 that you're going to see is that I'm going to have some of the larger assignments previewed. And so Module 1 is going to look kind of heavy, and that's because I'm asking you to look at the big projects. I'm asking you to think about the final presentation. So I call those preview, and so you'll see preview, and that just means we're going to be looking ahead. And so in Module 1, I will be forming your groups for your group project down the line. So you'll see that. Now, Module 2, we have what's called Take the Lead discussions, and we'll have another chunk of that first paper to be written. So what I would like to explain Take the Lead discussions, and what that is you will be assigned to be a leader one time during this class, and I will be letting you know when you'll be a leader. So a third of the class, we have 3 discussions, a third of the class will be leader during Module 2. And when you're a leader, what you'll do is you'll read the assigned reading, and then you'll answer the prompts that I give you, and then you will also have a critical thinking question for your peers. And so let's say in Module 2 you're leader, you will do the reading, you will answer the prompts via video, and you're going to post your video by Monday night in Module 2. And you're going to put at the top, there's there's detailed instructions, but you're going to put leader, and you're going to just converse with your peers, and you're just going to answer the prompts, and you're going to ask your peers at the end of the video a critical thinking question about the reading. If you're not a leader for the week, you have till Friday to answer 4 of the leaders. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4, just depending on the class size. But you'll go in and you'll listen to the leaders talk, and you'll answer their critical thinking question. You can answer via video or text. If you answer via text, you will have to do citations and referencing, so that's something to think about. I'd prefer the video, but the leaders have to be a video. So I'll let you know, and if you're a leader, you'll want to, all of the peers that answer you by Friday, you have till Sunday to close the conversation. So if they ask you any questions, you can close the conversation, or you might just want to follow up with them. So really, the leader, you have more responsibilities, but you're only a leader once. So if you're not a leader, you just participate. So Module 2 will have a Take the Lead discussion about the reading. You'll submit a little bit more of your personal philosophy paper. And then the last thing is in Module 2, you will give me step 1 of your group project. You're going to submit a work plan. So via group, you're just going to tell me, so-and-so is going to do this part, so-and-so is going to do this part. You just kind of divide up the work. You let me know what you're going to do, and kind of let me know your plans. Are you going to use Google Slides? Are you going to use PowerPoint? It's just a check-in in Module 2 to get you started on that group project. Okay, Module 3, you're going to submit that paper, for your first paper, your personal philosophy of nursing. You are also going to have another Take the Lead discussion in Module 4. We'll have new leaders, and they'll be doing the reading, and they'll post a video, and then participants will respond to them. So we'll have a Take the Lead discussion. And then you will start your second paper. Now that paper's not due till down the line, but again, it would be great for you to get that APA template out, write the case data for your case study, and get started on that. So let me tell you a little bit about that second paper. The case study is taking a theory and applying it to your practice. The purpose of it is to demonstrate you applying a theory to a specific case. So what you're going to do is you're going to think about a patient that you cared for, and you're going to use that as case data, and you're going to tell me about your patient. Now, of course, change their names for confidentiality, but you're going to tell me about the patient, and you're going to choose a theory. It cannot be the theory that is been assigned to you for the group project, but you're going to do a group, you're going to do a theory, And it's going to have to be a middle range theory, and you'll learn about that in the class. But middle range theories are very practical and very practice-based. So if, let's say that you use Dr. Nightingale or Dr. Watson for your nurse theorists in your personal philosophy paper. You cannot use them in your case study because they are large, grand theories. They are not, middle range theories. So you'll want to pick a practice theory, and I'll give you a hint, chapters 19 through 36, or in the back of the book of Dr. Allie Good's book, that's all your practiced theories. All of the grand theories are up front, so you'll want to get back farther back in the book. Choose a middle range theory, and you'll apply that theory to your patient. You'll go through patient assessment, you'll go through patient interactions, such as nursing actions, and you'll apply that theory very, very detailed. Get that theory, get the concepts and definitions of that theory, and really apply them to that case. And then you'll end your paper with your evaluation of, did this theory do well for your patient? Is this an applicable theory? Okay, that's how you will end the page. So this paper is the same as the other paper. It's 5 pages or less, not counting the title and the reference page. And it's, but it does have a little bit more referencing requirements. So make sure and look at that rubric. You'll have to do a peer-reviewed journal article in that second paper. So we're going to start that in Module 4. And the other thing we're going to do in Module 4 is we're going to go ahead and submit. You've been assigned some slides with your group, and I want you to go ahead and submit your individual work to me. I will not be pre-grading it, but it's just a check-in to kind of get you started. I don't want any groups feeling like they've got a bunch of things that they have to do at the end of the term. So you'll submit those to me. Okay, so Module 4, you'll submit the individual slides and you'll submit a little bit more of your case study paper. Then we'll be rolling into Module 5. Module 5, you will apply a middle range theory to your paper, and that'll be a little bit check-in. So Module 5, there's not a lot going on because you're working on your group project and you're working on your final paper. Module 6, we will have your last take the lead discussion. So we'll have the group of leaders. They will post their video by Monday night. The peers will participate by Friday night, and then the leader will make sure the conversations are closed by Sunday night. And you have to, complete that during the week it's assigned because it's a lot of peer-to-peer interaction there. And then the other thing in Module 6 is you're going to submit that second paper. You're going to submit your case study paper for grading. And that's it for Module 6. Now Module 7, we will submit your group project. So inside, I forgot to tell you, in Module 6, you will submit your individual slides again. You'll take the feedback that I gave you in a previous module, and you'll tweak your slides, and I help you make them really presentable because this is going to be a group presentation inside your ePortfolio. And so you'll have some check-ins there, but Module 7, it's due. You'll choose one presenter, and that presenter will use ScreenPal. There's instructions, but they will use ScreenPal to make a presentation for your group. And how we choose who the presenter is, that's up to your group, but usually what nursing groups do is the presenter doesn't have to maybe go in, because the group project does have to have quite a few referencing and a lot of journal articles. I think there's 2 in there. So you don't want the actual presenter to have to do, they're going to do a lot of work at the end. They're going to be responsible for recording and making sure it looks professional and it's delivered professionally. So just make sure that you give your presenter a little slack up front and that maybe they don't have to do as much research in the front end. And then you'll submit that. Each group will be listening to the other group's presentation and giving them some feedback. So we'll have some peer evaluation there. And then the very last thing is you'll have a reflection to practice essay. And this is in Module 7 still, and it is worth quite a few points. It's 80 points. And so what you'll do is a free write. So you're taking those 3 take the lead discussions, tell you about the 6 types of knowledge we have in nursing. So this is just a great summary. It'll be a free write. You'll apply it to one of your patients, and you're going to take all 6 types of knowledge, and you're going to apply it to one of your patients, and how you used emancipatory knowledge, how you use aesthetic knowledge, how you used empirical knowledge, all of the information that you've learned in your Take the Lead discussions, you're going to be doing a free write. And that free write will be, I'll be looking forward to reading that and seeing how you bring it all together at the end. Then the very last module 8, you will have what we call Theory Pearls. That's just a takeaway discussion, a little wrap up. And it's what theory did you like, what theory did you not find applicable or maybe workable, and we'll kind of end there with what are you taking away from the course. So if you want to know how that all breaks down via points, again, it's in the syllabus, and I think that's it. I want you to know that I'm here for you, and you can email me. You know how to get a hold of me. We'll have virtual office hours. But I hope just getting started with this orientation has helped you realize what the course is going to be like and kind of give you an organizational tool to start you with success. Thank you very much.